Comparing Persuasive Texts. Zoos, Myth and Reality, online article by Rob Laidlaw. Zoos Connect Us to the Natural World, opinion piece by Michael Hutchins. Should wildlife stay wild? Close your eyes and picture an elephant. Are you picturing it in the zoo or in the wild? As humans inhabit more and more of the Earth's land, some species of wildlife are more likely to be found in captivity than in their natural habitat. But is this a good thing? The writers of the selections you're about to read have different views on whether or not zoos are good for humans and animals. With a group, make a list of the good things and the bad things about zoos. Do the pros outnumber the cons, or vice versa? Tell whether you think zoos are a good idea. Text analysis, argument. As you just learned, effective arguments deliver a claim or the writer's position on an issue or problem, support or reasons and evidence that back up the claim. They also often contain counter-arguments, arguments made to disprove an opposing viewpoint. For example, the first selection you will read begins by summarizing the zoo industry's argument for having and maintaining zoos, and then argues against it. As you read each selection, look for the elements of their arguments and ask yourself whether the writer's argument is strong enough and broad enough to adequately support the writer's conclusion. Reading skill. Set a purpose for reading. When you set a purpose for reading, you decide what it is you want to accomplish as you read. In this lesson, your purpose is to compare and contrast two persuasive texts that reach different conclusions about the same topic. Filling in a chart like the one begun here can help. Use line numbers to tell where the elements are. Vocabulary in context. In your reader-writer notebook, write a sentence for each of the vocabulary words. Use a dictionary or the definitions in the following selection pages to help you. Word list. Counterpart, deprivation, exotic, exploit, futility, languish, propaganda, sterile. Complete the activities in your reader-writer notebook. Meet the authors. Rob Laidlaw. Born 1959. Rob Laidlaw has dedicated himself to improving the conditions of animals in captivity. He is co-founder and executive director of ZooCheck Canada, an animal protection charity. Laidlaw has inspected close to 1,000 zoos, circuses, and wildlife displays throughout Canada and the United States. He has worked with Canada's government on establishing standards for zoos. Laidlaw also worked on developing a humane stray dog program, and he investigates Canada's role in the international pet reptile trade. Laidlaw shares his knowledge about animals through writing. He has published articles about all kinds of wildlife, from wild horses and polar bears to the red-eared slider and the black rhino. Michael Hutchins, born 1951, animal caretaker. As the executive director of the Wildlife Society, Michael Hutchins has traveled to more than 33 countries. His efforts have involved trapping and tagging mountain goats in the Olympic Mountains, scuba diving with manta rays, and tracking jaguars. He has published many articles, books, and reports on the relationships between animals and their environments and on conservation. Authors online. Go to thinkcentral.com, keyword HML8-989.